Hey, welcome back, founders. It's Steve Aiken here, coming at you today with my top three books for managing people. As executives, it's something kind of big and important that we have to do. As founders, we have to manage and lead people. It's not an easy thing to do. It's tiring, it's hard, it's difficult, it's stressful. It can be, but there are ways to do it to get the best results from your team that you possibly can and to be seen as a leader worth following. So these are my three favorite books on it. First, we're going to talk about Coaching for Teamwork by Vince Lombardi Jr., I guess, the son. So a couple of years back, my grandfather died. He was a prolific reader himself. I took this from his library, and it's an amazing read. First off, it's signed. Grandpa was famous. He had a couple books out as well, and he worked with a ton of people through his work. And I guess Vince Lombardi was one of them. So it talks about coaching and being a coach. And it's a super hot topic now. Everyone's a business coach, which I do. Everyone's a personal development coach. Everyone's a life coach or whatever it is. But coaching works, right? LeBron James has a coach. Arguably the best basketball player alive right now. He has a coach. Tiger Woods in his prime, man, could do anything with that club. He had a putting coach, he had a swing coach, he had coaches. Everybody, and all these top athletes have coaches. So it's a great way to think about coaching in general. Is even the best people in the world have coaches who probably aren't as good as them, but they could just see the world clearer than they can and can help them perform their best. And that's all this book is about: is making sure that people are capable of performing their best and helping them stay motivated to perform their best. Talks about what his father did with the Packers. The guy was obviously a great coach. Super Bowl trophy is called the Vince Lombardi Trophy for a reason. He was a remarkable human being, a remarkable coach who got whatever he needed out of his players. And it's great. It's filled with all kinds of tidbits and knowledge about how to do it. It's got all these quotes in the corners that'll help inspire. It's a great book. I recommend it. Really, I don't think anyone else is going to be talking about this book. This didn't make it big in the business circles in the modern day. It's a little old, but it's a solid read. Next up, we have a book I've talked about before, and I'll probably continue to talk about. It's a phenomenal read. I got the recommendation from, I believe, Tim Ferriss. It is The Boys on the Boat by Daniel James Brown. Again, it's about the Olympics in the 30s and how this ragtag American crew team beat the big mean Germans at the time. It was a big rivalry, and they were a phenomenal team, and how they won at the Olympics and they took home the gold. And it's a great story about leadership. How this captain of the team, a nobody, not the best rower, not the best at anything, really at that group, was able to lead these young men to an impossible victory and many impossible victories. So if you're leading people, it's a required reading. It'll show you how he did it. And another way that you can do this, it kind of one builds on the other, is a much more popular modern business book called Extreme Ownership by the Navy SEALs Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. If I screwed your name up, guys, don't hurt me, don't kill me. You're complete, total badasses, and you intimidate the crap out of a lot of people. But phenomenal, phenomenal book, gentlemen. It's I guess indicative of the SEAL way and a lot of soldiers of extreme ownership. I saw this. I was at Impact House with Tom Bilyeu and the Impact Theory team a couple of weeks ago, and Tom had the shirt on said, "Everything is my fault." That basically emboldens and embodies the spirit of extreme ownership. That as a leader, as an individual, everything you do has to be owned by you. Whatever it is, you have to see that thing through to be the best version of it all the time. If it doesn't work out, it's not anybody else's fault. It's your fault. It rained that day and you couldn't get this stuff done. It's your fault. You should have done it sooner. It doesn't matter what it is. There are a million examples where people pass the blame, but there is no blame. Everything relies on you. You're the person executing it. If you are the one who's responsible for how you feel about it, how you learn from it, how you evolve from it. It's a great book with some ridiculous stories of heroism that they went through in their time in Iraq and through the service as SEALs. Remarkable individuals, remarkable story, remarkable lessons that you can and should use as a leader. And when you're just managing people, this is something that we all have to do as leaders in our space, and it's not easy. So check these books out. The link's going to be in the description to the video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, I urge you to let me know about it. Always check me out, startwithblackbelt.com. Until next time, founders.